Okay folks, so Telford weekend has been and gone, so we are going to do a quick update of what we've finally managed to get finished and what we're working on at the moment, and then we're going to go through what we managed to get at Telford, and then probably have a quick chat of what is coming next. So we shall start with what we've got finished. So I'm going to get the dirty cutting mat down, and from the last bench update we had very little left to do on the Tamiya's pack, Antitank Pack gun, so this is now complete. All as we have added is we managed to paint the round in his hand, and we've added a few more rounds on the ground here and a couple of live rounds leaning up against this ammo box. So this is now done. The beauty shots have been taken, they've been posted on Facebook and around and about, but at the end of this video we'll do a quick slideshow so you can take a better and closer look of what's been done. So Tamiya's Anti-Tank Pack 35/36 is finished. So I shall get that out of the way and show you what we are working on. Also, the last update video we covered some of this, so the lower hull I think was complete last time we were here. So we have been working on the upper hull. Now none of this is fixed in place, so we have obviously the main deck and we have the two towers. There's the first one that is now complete, and we also have the second tower complete, and we've been working on the aircraft which is here on the end. They're just there for placement at the moment, so we'll move that out of the way. And these things are tiny. All we've done so far is the F4F aeroplanes, and I don't know if that's going to be able to see that or if it's just going to white out. And it's clear plastic, and we'll try to see if we can get this to zoom in a little bit. Now that's the size of the plane. Now the wheels and the propeller were glued on separately. I don't know if you're actually going to make that propeller out. You can certainly see the wheels, and to say that they were a pain, I wouldn't be lying. So what we did, let me zoom you back out. What I did is I got a metal ruler, I got some blue tack, and I stretched it out quite thin on the ruler, as you can see. And we cut off the sprue because there's several more to make. So you cut the plane off the sprue and then stick it to the blue tack upside down, like so. So it's like that, stuck on there, and then I glued the wheels on, left it to dry for a few hours, then flipped the plane over and brought it towards this edge, and then very carefully we glued on the propellers. So there are still 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sprues of planes to do. I don't think I'm going to end up using them all on this model. I'll probably just use a few of each type because I plan to put at least one inside the lift, so it's coming up to deck. So that is where we are with the USS Lexington. We are very near to actually getting into doing some painting, so I'm looking forward to that, because I don't think the paint job on this is going to be overtly difficult. It's pretty much grey with a bit more grey thrown on top, a little bit of light grey maybe. So I'm going to get this packed and moved out of the way, and then we can get all the stuff in that we've managed to get at Telford this weekend. So back in a moment. Okay folks, so we are back, and Telford. This was my second Telford, and first and foremost I'd like to put out a big shout out to both Lee Larholt and Paul Bretland from UMP and International Scale Modeler. If you are not a member of the Facebook, look for International Scale Modeler on Facebook. They also have a forum, International Scale Modeler Forum. I shall put a link in the description. And of course there's the YouTube channel. I shall also put a link in the description. Thank you Paul, thank you Lee for effectively looking after us over the weekend, giving us a base of where we can operate out of, where we could store things and keep things safe. So thank you, gentlemen. Next, I'd like to thank the rest of the people that were there. So there was Tim Iverts, Graham Pearson, Dan Scattergood, Nigel Kelsall, James Skiffins, Steve Spencer Beanie was there, Jamie Alexander Dart, and I know I'm going to end up missing somebody out. Oh, Luke Carswell was there, Adam Challenger. Guys, what an absolute blast of a weekend. I don't think I've laughed that much for quite some time, and I don't just mean at the show, I mean after the show as well. For those of the guys that were at the show and couldn't make the evening, chaps, it adds to the weekend, and it'd be worthwhile. If you can do it, is to stay over next time. So that's those out of the way, and the last few people, I'd like to thank Robbie for giving me somewhere to stay Sunday evening before the drive all the way back up to Scotland on Monday. A big shout out to Mike Mountain, Dave Barker, Scott Sutherland, Ted Hawksworth, who I actually managed to grab hold of this time, and little Skylar that was with him. You've got Chris from Gross Models, and there was Paul that was there as well, and of course anybody else that I've missed off. I'm going to be here for at least another hour for us to keep on rolling names off. So, someone's having fun with a horn. So, what did we buy? So first and foremost, we will start with the UMP stand, because that was my very first stop. And what did we get? So we bought from UMP, we bought the obligatory few bottles of primer. I managed to get a standard black because I'm almost out. I managed to get a gloss black this time, thankfully, and an olive. So I've got near enough all the different styles of primer now. We also managed to get some of the burnishing liquid for my metal tracks for the Challenger tank that we should be building next year at some point. So looking forward to trying this out and seeing what it's like. See nothing but good things about that. So, and then we got some sanders. We got a pack of 2020, some 100, 180, and we finally got I got a little customizable sanding sheets. Now this is the multi-pack where it's got on camera. This is the multi-pack where it's got one of each, so I can try them out, and this stuff looks fantastic. And of course I got a starter pack for a very certain American friend. So brown sauce and sanders will be en route to you very, very soon. Woohoo! What else from UMP? We managed to get some of Lee's 3D printed stuff. So we managed to get a couple of Tamiya bottle holders. So these just literally squeeze in there, perfect fit, and it stops us from knocking this thing over. It'll slide rather than tip now. So we managed to get a couple of those, which is awesome. So what else? And the last thing we've got from UMP is this. I'd not seen these before. Now, this strange looking contraption is a Tamiya tape holder. So if you've got your Tamiya paints, now I took mine out and put them in some cheap tape holders, but this thing, if you've got your proper Tamiya holder, this literally just sits in there like so. The bar goes through like so. Obviously if I've just got one here, you can fit, I believe, the 10mm, the 18mm and the 3mm all together in that. They'll fit those 3 sizes. So yeah, your 18mm, your 10, and I think that's 6mm. They will all fit in together, and the clip goes on. And when you've got those others in, it actually holds the thing rock solid. So you just pull your tape off like so. Excellent, perfect piece of kit. I believe these are going up on the website soon, if they're not already there, over at umpretail.com. So if you like the look of that, or even these holders, these are really good as well. There's also a microsol and microset holder, which I completely forgot to buy, which are the perfect size for holding your microset, microsol, and the other one that I can't remember the name of, and a couple of brushes. So go take a look, it's worthwhile. This thing is brilliant, as are these. So that is the UMP haul. So I mainly went this year to get some tools and bits and pieces. What else did we manage to get? I managed to get another Swan Morton blade. This one's nice and thin, so it's like you're holding a pen. So a little bit more control, hopefully, as we're doing some fine cutting and stuff. Pack of the Swan Morton surgical blades. So I've got that type, 25A reference 0115. So managed to get that. We got some more kicker and a couple of bottles of super glue. We got the Rapid and the Max, so we got those as well. And then we got some powders from Pinnacle. Now, some of you may know James Skiffins, the Model Officer's channel. He's been using these Pinnacle weathering powders on his dioramas. Now, I use quite a lot of pigments and powders myself, but I've been using the cheap hair chalk, which does the job. It's just a box full of these, all different colours. So I thought I'd treat myself and get some decent powders. So we've got some European Earth and Mud, so a reasonably light and a dark colour, so we can actually mix them together and get somewhere in the middle as well. So I went and did the same with Ash stroke Concrete. We've got a light and a dark, and we can mix them however we want to get colours anywhere in between. And then I did the same with the Desert. Got a dark sand and quite a light sand, so we can play around and get some colours. Now that I've got these, I'm hopefully going to get the Y-wing all repaired, fixed, add some extra weather into it so we can add a bit more depth with all these different colour pigments, and hopefully take it with me to Telford next year and put it in the competition area. So we shall see that next year. And then I managed to get a couple of cheap figures. Now the guy that was selling these had them in a bin. They'd all been damaged in transport. So we've got this guy here, looks like either a Fusilier or something like that, and the only thing that is wrong with him is the tip of his rifle is broken off. Now that's quite an easy fix with a bit of stretched, I was going to say stretched sprue there, but it's not, it's stretched sprue. So that's a nice easy fix. And then there's this guy here, which is a Zulu warrior. Now he's holding a spear in this arm, so I'm going to have to scratch build a spear again, some stretch sprue, and moulding a piece of sprue into a spear head should not be an issue. Now his arm broke off in transit. That was me that did that as I was bringing him home. His arm was attached, but his hand was missing. So you've got that has come off there. It's a nice clean easy break to fix. I've got his arm there, but in the box I managed to find his shield with a small spear with his hand attached, so we can be able to get this connected to this and this connected to his arm. Now I'm no good at figure painting, so Mr. James Skiffins found these in the bargain bin and he dragged me across and says get some of them, so I did. and they're going to be used as practice pieces just to keep playing. So the idea will be, we'll have a go at painting it. If it doesn't look very good, we'll just drop it in some solution or wash it all off and have another go, because practice, and a bit more practice will do nothing but improve your skill at painting figures. So that is those. Picked both of those up for, I think it was £10 he wanted for the lot. So yeah, quite a bargain. A little bit of repair, because these figures aren't cheap. They're quite expensive. And then we got a couple of kits. I didn't actually buy that many tools. So what kits did we get? We got 3 kits. It's all armour of some sort or another. The first one we bought was a Tack-On kit, and it was Tack-On's Mark IV Hermaphrodite. So a World War I tank. This will be my first World War I tank when we come around to building it. I'm quite looking forward to it. Excuse me. And yeah, quite a bargain. It's a limited edition from 2010, and it's kit number 2010, so 2010. It's a 1/35 scale World War I heavy battle tank. So yes, as always, we'll do, before we build it, we will do a what's in the box. The second kit I bought was a men kit, and that is the German flak panzer, the Gepard. Again, 1/35 scale. So yeah, looking forward to building this. I've been looking at these quite a lot. This is kit number, if I can find it, it's usually on the front. Is it on there? No, I can't find it. So yeah. Anyway, German flak panzer, the Gepard, the A1/A2, so you can do either. So yeah, that was the second kit. And last but not least, just as the show was closing on the Sunday evening, I wandered over to a store and I picked this up. And now it's marked down as £28, and the guy says, well, you can have that for 25. So I put it back down and carried on looking, and then he turned around and says, I'll tell you what, you can have it for 20 quid. So I ripped his arm off. So yeah, so that is the Tack-On's M9 Ace US Armoured Combat Earth Mover. So yeah, looking forward to building that, and this will be my first part of my first ever real modern armour as well, or modern-ish. So again, Tack-On, and that is kit number, if we can find it, it's usually on the front. It's kit number 2020. That sounds familiar. Okay, so yeah, so that is that. So that is everything I managed to get from Telford. So I'm all booked up already for next year, so I will be there. Didn't manage to get very many pictures and no video this time. My camera, I thought I'd formatted it before I left. I got into taking some pictures in the competition area, and I was up to about picture 30 or 40, and the camera went, SIM card is full. So I tried to start deleting some of the old pictures that are on there, but it would not let me delete them. So I'm going to do a little bit of investigation work in a minute. There'll be a separate video come out with everything I managed to get, because I had a friend there as well who took a whole heap of pictures on his phone, and he's sending those up to me shortly. And that is that for this bench update. So after this, there'll be a few pictures of the anti-tank, and yeah, that is that. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Be good, more importantly be safe, and as always, keep making models, and we'll catch you next time. Ta-ta.
you.